Look at each other, don't look at me.
Oh.
Make each other, okay. We shake hands.
Longingly or what?
Okay, ready to roll? Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Taft-Bayrill, and I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the League of Women Voters of North Reading. If you're new to candidates night, which these gentlemen aren't, but if anyone in the audience would just like to take a moment to share the background of candidates night and how the League of Women Voters has been involved. Basically, the League of Women Voters, for you that aren't familiar with us, prides itself in working within communities to organize and support forums such as Candidates Night. By doing so, members of the community have the chance to hear candidates present why they feel that they are the best person for this elected position. So by your participation, either here in the live audience tonight or at home, you can see and hear the folks present, share a dialogue if you're here in the live audience, and be able to make an informed decision for the election, which is next Tuesday, May 3rd. Those of you who are in the town hall do have the golden opportunity to have your questions addressed. So as you have questions, we've passed cards out. If you could pass those over, and we will share those with the audience. And we do encourage everyone to make sure that the questions are ones that both candidates can answer, and that they strictly are limited to the candidate's qualifications and to the office, and do not have anything to do of a personal attack. The other thing we wanted to let you know is why the League of Women Voters itself sponsors Candidates Night. Part of our mission in the League of Women Voters is to remain objective or nonpartisan, which means that we cannot publicly support one candidate or any one political party over the other. We try to remain objective, or we do remain objective about all candidates by helping to organize such forums tonight as our way of helping to make true democracy work. As part of this effort, for the last couple of years, we've taken advantage of a state league benefit, and we have requested the assistance of a local league member to act as a moderator. And Mary Jane Morin, our colleague from the Middleton Boxborough League, has offered to come serve as our moderator tonight, and we'd like to thank you very much for participating. We'd like to also thank Mr. Bob Terez from the North Reading Transcript. He's offered to join us. He's been very helpful over the past few years, and he will offer the first question to the candidates. The candidates will take questions from Bob, and then from the audience. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to answer each question, and then if they so choose, they'll have 1 minute for rebuttal. They will also have 5 minutes to summarize at the end of the questions, which will be in about 45 minutes. Also, we will follow that up with the candidates who are unopposed, of which we think we'll have 4 candidates here, and they will have a chance to summarize their platform with a 5-minute speech. We will take questions from the audience, so we encourage you during the whole evening to pass your questions over in a timely way so that we can share those with the candidates. I'd like to just end this by thanking the members of the league who are here and have participated in the planning: Meg Robertson, Pat Swachenko, Ginny Mills, and Sally, all of whom have helped in various ways to make sure that we got press in the paper and organized tonight. So once again, we welcome you, and we hand this over to Mary Jane. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm honored to represent the League of Women Voters tonight as moderator for this event. Cynthia's pretty much gone over all the rules. I just want to emphasize that all questions should be in writing and will be collected by league members. Questions should address the qualifications of the candidate for this office or the candidate's views on the issues, and we reserve the right to consolidate similar questions and also pass over questions deemed inappropriate to this forum. We're going to rotate the order in which candidates answer the question. So, I have the rotation set up, but feel free, if I get confused, feel free to let me know. So the first question would go to Mr. Callaghan, then Mr. Dardino, and then Mr. Callaghan will have a minute to rebut, and Mr. Dardino, and then the next time will be the reverse. So we should be doing this for about 45 minutes. I ask all the candidates to note the location of the timekeeper in emails, watch the progress of the card she's holding up, and when she holds up the stop card, just finish your sentence and stop. And also for you in the audience, in the interest of making the best use of the time, I ask you to refrain from any applause until after the debate is complete. Well, we're ready to begin now, and I will ask Mr. Taraz to ask the first question to Mr. Callaghan.
Al, as I'm sure you know, job one for the next board of selectmen will be hiring a new town administrator. It's one of the most important decisions any board can make. What personal qualities and professional qualifications are you looking for on the next TA?
I guess the foremost quality that we need in the next TA, and in any TA, is the ability to exude confidence and leadership to the members of town government that do the work for the citizens. I would like to see a person who is not opposed to stepping out in front and representing the town in many different facets, at trade shows and so forth, to make our town, make it known that our town is open for business and is hoping to attract new businesses that will add to the tax base. I think we need someone that's dynamic and also has a personal touch, that he's able to relate to the voters and to the citizens and taxpayers that come in on a daily basis to town hall. And sometimes they're not sure in which direction to turn to get the answers to whatever questions that they may have, or whatever regulations they need to work through in order to be able to do what they hope to do with their property or their family and so forth. So I would want someone that's customer friendly, is dedicated to service, but above all, he has to be someone that is a leader, that exudes that confidence, so that people want to follow him, that he has a set direction. We want someone that also, can work well with the Board of Selectmen, so that he is basically the person, the point man, to putting the policies that the board set into action and into motion, and keeping us apprised of new, more innovative ways to do things, cost-cutting measures that we should employ. He's a professional in this field, and we should be have his ideas put forth to us on a regular basis, so that if there's a better way of doing things than we're currently doing, then we do that.
Thank you. Mr. Giardino.
I think this is absolutely one of the most critical items facing the town. I think in a town administrator, what we need is someone who has the leadership to run this town. But I think we also need someone who has a strong team building skills. I'm really a big fan of taking the group, taking this town, and to build the managers and to help the managers do a better job at what they do. I think that you'd rather see a town manager that has creative ideas, that's willing to help the Board of Selectmen rather than merely follow the lead. And I think that's critical. I think what's also critical here is that we get a town manager that understands the sensibilities of North Reading, which is a small town with a lot of creative ideas and a lot of new things that we're trying to do. There's a tremendous amount, when you look at this time in North Reading, there's a tremendous amount of challenges facing us. And I think we need a teammate, and we need someone who's going to help us do that rather than merely listen to direction. So I look for leadership skills. I look for somebody who is creative, but also steady, understands day-to-day, and is good at working with people and building the best team possible.
Mr. Callaghan, did you want to take a minute to add anything?
Yeah, I'd just like to add that at this stage in our process, we do have a great field of candidates. And I think that having experienced the last 3 years in seeing the inner workings of town hall and how town government functions, and the interaction that's necessary between town hall and the citizens, I think it would be an invaluable asset in helping to select the next town administrator, being able to know, exactly the kind of qualities that that person is going to need in order to succeed in the town of Foxborough.
The thing I'd like to add, I suppose, is that, I'm really in favor of a process where we take the time to identify the right candidate. The last town administrator was here 10 years, so if we take the time now to make sure we have the right one, and really allot it to the interview process, I think that's a great idea, because we'll have this next town administrator who might very well be here 10, 15, 20 years. So I think it's important we do the process correctly.
Then the second question will be from the audience, and we'll go to Mr. Giardino first. And that question is, how can the selectmen encourage more recycling in town in order to lower the solid waste costs?
Well, I think that the recycling is a great idea. There are a lot of people committed to it. It is a difficult idea to get everybody committed to. And we've tried a number of things. I think it's what we have right now probably isn't working all that well, although we tried the other manner of delivering the recycling to the facility, and that has a certain amount of success to it, but I don't know if that's any more successful. I think what you have to do here is you have to educate. I think you have to make things as easy as possible for people to do it, okay? And you have to try to make people understand that it's worth their while. And I think less has been done at communicating to people the value in doing it, and that's probably the area where some headway can be made.
Mr. Callahan?
Yeah, I think the first place you have to start is in education. We have to make both the adult citizens in town aware of the values and benefits of recycling, and we also need to start in the school system where we do that. In our science programs, the value of an environmentally conscious or environmentally concerned young citizens growing into adulthood. If they learn the value of it at that age, it's much easier to teach a kid when they're young than to try to, I guess, teach an old dog new tricks. The other way in which we can do that is to explain to people the value in recycling. Our tonnage has gone up since we started the new program with curbside recycling and the ability, basically, you pay your fee and you can throw out whatever you want. We are currently on the board, we are looking at a new program with the reduction in NSWIC fees to try to find a way to encourage people to recycle more so that we have to pay less in tonnage in terms of our tipping fees. So I think of the program that we're developing, I was a member of the new solid waste committee that looked at developing different sources or different styles of programs. And one of the major things we had in mind in that was to encourage recycling. We need to educate the public. We need to do it through information that we send out from town government, taking ads in the newspaper. We have to show people the value to them in recycling. And I think once people see that we'll get the tipping fees down by lowering our tonnage, and at the same time we'll create a much more environmentally safe and friendlier town.
Anything to add, Mr. Giardino?
I agree with Kevin that I think education is the key here. But I believe you have to have a total program. It's not enough to merely tell people that it's in their best interest to recycle and that it saves money on the trash fees. But I think you've got to not only educate people but have a total program to reach them, including ads, including programs that reach out to people directly. And I think that definitely education is the key, not necessarily changing from one style to another, but to really get people to buy in.
Mr. Callahan, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, if I could. In terms of changing